morning. You're listening to Nothing Personal with Nikki King in the studio at Arrow FM on 92.7 and on Wairarapa TV these days. Hello, Wairarapa TV. And in the studio this morning, I've got Vicky Pickering, and she's going to be talking to us about Talent Wairarapa. Good morning, Vicky.
Good morning.
And that's cool. Cool. They're just going to say that our show is sponsored by Hot Yoga for You and Fuzzbox Designs. Hot Yoga for You, they are based in Karapuni. And they do this wonderful yoga that's heated in this heated room. And they've got a number of classes. They've got beginners classes and adults classes and all those kinds of things. So you can pop over there. And when the beginners classes go out, I'm assuming that's anybody, you know. You can just start whether you've done yoga or you haven't. And Fuzzbox is a website design, graphic design and social media company. Now, Vicky, good morning.
Good morning.
So, tell me a little bit about what Talent Wairarapa is.
Well, it's actually the main sponsor is Watermart.
Yes, so, Watermart Talent Wairarapa.
Yep, we're emphasising that Watermart Talent Wairarapa, who've come on board as our main sponsor. We have other sponsors that go down: Fresh Choice, Greytown, Sharp Stock Feed, and South Wairarapa Auto.
Yep.
And it's a competition. We had our heat on Saturday, and we have 14 and under, and we have an over 14 section. We did have a few not turn up, but the talent we had was outstanding.
Oh, I can agree with that because I was actually judging and emceeing on the day. So, Talent Wairarapa, what inspired you to think up the idea?
I just kept hearing about different competitions where kids are competing against their own and how good they were. So I thought it would be a good idea to have a competition where they compete against others.
Yes, and it was a good idea because I've got to say I thought that it would be quite easy to weed out the wheat from the chaff. But there was a very, very high standard of talent in Wairarapa, so it was well thought out.
Yeah, it's been really, really interesting, the people that turn up. And, you know, you've got young kids writing their own music and things like that, and you're just saying, fair go, this was fantastic.
Exactly. And so this is run by Rotary. So tell me how Rotary... Well, tell me a little about Rotary and how they structure these projects.
Usually you have a committee in Rotary that'll be running it. As you know, Rotary make money to actually put money back into the community. Yep. So in this case, it's going to be for youth.
Youth at risk.
Sorry about that.
I said it so many times on Saturday, I probably got it ingrained.
So it's for youth at risk, which we're represented in the Wairarapa.
Yeah.
So it's a really important thing. And we've got some really great programs going on the Wairarapa for them. So Talent Wairarapa came about to get the talent out there, for everyone to see it, for them to have a competition and a bit of fun, for us to make a bit of money so we can then help other youth who aren't as lucky, really.
So Rotary, they sort of deal in community projects, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And there's a bit of a team, isn't there? Because I've been privy to these meetings coming along.
We've got 4 Rotary clubs in the Wairarapa. And, you know, they run the Martinborough Fair, they run the car boot sale. You could go through a lot of things. You look at walkways and cycleways and you usually find Rotaries involved in those. A lot of things we get through because of Rotary. We also do survival boxes that get into all these areas that are having disasters and that.
Yeah.
And because we're not politically based, they get it. We send from Rotary to Rotary so we can get them in before all the politics comes in to stop things getting in.
Yeah, that's good because that can hold things up, all that paperwork and stuff like that, can't it? You can sort of get bogged down with all the, what do they call it, bureaucracy?
Yeah, and a big thing with Rotary is we've just about wiped out polio.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And that's a really big Rotary project.
Yeah, that's very valuable because I know from my dad's era there were people who had iron braces on their legs and this has all come from polio.
And if you look at the iron lung, that was a hang of a thing for people to be put in.
I know.
When they had polio, yeah.
I know, and I actually knew someone who had polio. He was one of my dad's friends, and his CB handle was iron, like, because he had one of these calipers on his leg.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. And, you know, we don't see that now. We forget that that was a big problem not many generations ago.
No, it isn't. And there's only a couple of countries that aren't free.
Yep.
But it's really, really important to stay on top of it.
Exactly. So we keep that herd immunity going.
Yeah. So that's a big Rotary project around the world.
So we've got a few people involved on the team as well for Talent Wairarapa. Do you want to give them a mention?
Rightio. We have Fuzzbox,
nice,
which is a big one. Big one. If you're looking at the Rotarians, we have Stefan, who's a chiropractor as well as a Rotarian in Carterton. We have Pam Robinson. We have Pat Smith. Isn't it awful? Your brain goes dead. Steve Lawrence, who has Elmo Books. And who have I missed?
Oh, I don't know all their names. Sorry, was there Nikki?
Oh,
the other Nikki.
Nikki Osborne, who's Sharps.
Yes.
Stock food. So
yes.
they're all people who are very, very community minded and very good Rotarians.
Because it's been quite interesting to be involved and understand the process, so that the projects go before the board and then they get accepted.
Yep.
And then some people volunteer to be on your project.
Well, when you're already on committees.
Yeah.
So every year you get put on a new committee. So.
Right.
And it's a committee that works with you,
right?
The sort of person you are.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, like I'm on community because I like getting out there and getting things done.
Yeah.
So that's me.
So there's other committees. What sort of thing do they do?
Oh, a lot of them could be different projects and that, and some of them is a lot of work, paperwork or getting grants and things like that.
I wouldn't be on that one.
Yeah. So that's not me. And a lot of them, there's a youth one, which we send students overseas.
Yeah.
And bring students in. There's
different committees. Yeah. That's cool. So, gosh, when did Talent Wairarapa? When did we start planning that? It seems like ages ago.
Last year.
Was it before Christmas? Because I'm thinking, when was that? Because we thought we had a lot of time at the time. Do you remember?
I think it was back in August, September last year.
Excuse me. And as with all events, I mean, I've done a few, and I always forget that they seem really cruisy at that stage, and then the week or two before, it's pretty stressful, eh?
Yeah. I would agree. I think it's been quite a stressful week. It was a fantastic day. I felt really down on Sunday, really tired. But now we've only got 2 weeks till the final, which is on the 19th of May in the Carterton Event Centre. Tickets on Event Finder.
That's right.
Yeah. And we still have some corporate tables left, which are $500 a table. And that's for 10 people, and you get wine and nibbles.
Yeah.
So especially if your child gets through to the final, worth getting a table.
Especially if you've got a big fan or a family.
Yeah.
You know, if there's 10 of you and you want a good view, I'd definitely get a table. And, all your drinks and everything are taken care of then. So you don't even have to worry about leaving your seat, really.
No, you'll be looked after.
Exactly.
But there'll also be food and wine. Central Lines will be doing food out in the foyer, and there'll be wine for sale as well. And, of course, soft drinks and things like that.
So there were some pretty good acts, eh? We had a big variation.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
we had Michael Jackson twice.
Yes, we did. And they were very different.
Oh, yeah, they're very, very different. But then we had a guy playing the spoons, and
I think he's going viral.
Yeah.
I think Kieran McAnulty shared him on his page, and everybody, there's been so many views of Cyril Linton. Yeah, Linton. Yeah. Oh, amazing. 85.
I know. Everyone, the whole hall went just quiet.
Yeah, I know. And he got a massive, massive reception, didn't he?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I didn't expect that.
But I think that's the sort of thing I'm really, really enjoying. Seeing all the performers, but seeing how other people react.
Yeah, it was nice to be involved, actually, from the perspective of being the other side of the stage. And I didn't realise how tired I was going to be from that, because it was like doing a massive gig for me. But I don't know why. But there's a lot of adrenaline in that room,
yeah,
I think
so. Yeah, but you had a lot on with the judges. The judges were fun.
They were fun, and it was fun judging as well. And it's been interesting because we're now totting up the scores, seeing how the judges scored and how they were, and what they liked, and it's quite interesting to see that side of it.
Yeah, and I think all the judges enjoyed themselves. Stefan's Brown is, he keeps coming out how he enjoyed it.
Exactly.
Exactly. He wants to be there.
And he doesn't say much on social media, so that means quite a bit.
And Kieran loved it.
Kieran did, yeah. Kieran's just a bit sad he can't be there for the final, eh?
Yeah.
So, but we're on the scout for some more judges, for one judge, judge, because we're taking Stephanie, Barrett, and Stefan to the finals with us. So that's nice of them to volunteer their time. There was one act that I saw that I was judging that I got up out of my seat and checked that she wasn't singing over another singer. Because I thought it was so good and so polished that it was like it was a professional pop star. And I went up to Jamie and I said, is she singing over the track? He goes, no, that is instrumental. That's all her. And I was blown away. I was like, oh, my God. So there's been that standard completely.
Yeah. I was just so blown away. Even the dancers, they were just out there. They were so good.
There was one particular dance outfit, I think, that I really enjoyed with the black and white.
Yeah.
And they were very expressive. And then there was the two girls who had made their own dance up with the confetti. They were amazing as well. It was just like, how am I going to choose? How am I going to choose? How am I going to mark these? How can I mark? You start off marking and then you think,
I know. I thought that with the two Michael Jacksons. I looked at them both, and then I thought, think about how old they both are.
I know.
And I thought, there you go. Those kids are really, really good.
And the young girl with the violin.
Oh, yeah, and she sang her own song as well.
I know. Kieran, I think that was the first one that Kieran got to judge, and he was like, how do you judge that? I was like, well, you just got to do what you got to look at. Because we looked at costumes and whether it was appropriate and whether they knew what they were doing and whether they were in time. So there was lots of different categories, and it was well put together judging form.
Thank you.
Yes, so we were guided quite nicely with that. It was a really, really... And thanks to Carterton School for having us. It was a really good facility, wasn't it?
It was. It worked out really well. But it was interesting because it's all new. Everything was new, and you're waiting to see what might go wrong, because that's natural.
There was a moment at the end, I think, where somebody had sent me a YouTube link earlier in the week, and I'd bookmarked it, so I could pull it up on my computer. And Alex had downloaded all the video that he took onto the computer, and I didn't want it to go up to iCloud through my phone, and I couldn't get to the link, and I'm like, how am I going to do this? Me and Kieran McAnulty are going, how are we going to do this? Anyway, we worked it out.
Oh, fair enough.
But for a moment there, we were like, ooh, how do we do this? So there were a few moments like that.
Well, that was it too, because we had Jamie and George doing the stage.
Yeah.
And they were fantastic. Even though I was supposed to be in charge of the stage, I don't know half the amps and whatever else. And those two just were fantastic. And then Alex on the camera.
Yes.
All day, and then they are working on the door.
Exactly. So that
and
it was
not even Rotarians, none of
real community spirit though in there, and I think the Rotarians were quite surprised about how. I think when you see something, it was a bit like when we did Glastonbury, when you first see your brainchild come to fruition. It's like, wow. It's here, and that first one, you're always going to have teeth in its shoes, but you take those away, and perhaps I know you were asking those questions all day and trying to make it better for the next time.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I've just got to know other people's opinion.
Yeah.
On what they think's going wrong or what we need to improve on. Like the certificates. Someone said they all should have been named before they came in. But seeing as so many people didn't turn up, that would have been a waste. And I don't like waste.
No.
And not knowing all the names of the people in each group.
Exactly.
But then if someone extra had come in or replaced someone, that would have also been a problem.
Well, they did. One of the groups got somebody replaced. I think it was Manaho.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they had a different singer in there. They were fantastic. I mean, they're neighbours to me. I hear them practising quite a lot. But they were amazing. And they had somebody swap out, and then one of the dance groups had somebody swapped out. So yeah, you do what you do.
Yeah.
And on the whole, it didn't crash anywhere and burn.
Well, it didn't. We had some gaps, but that was people not turning up. But then again, it might have been they got lost getting there, or they might have gone to the Carlton Event Centre instead.
Yeah, somebody messaged me actually. I picked up a message. I don't know where. I wasn't sort of in charge of my messages on the day because I was so busy.
Yeah.
So I'm asking me whether it was the event centre, but I'm sure the event centre would have sent them.
Well, I would like to think so.
Yeah, up to the school.
But I think with some of the adults, it might be they've just gone off to watch sport and had a drink and then thought, oh, I can't be bothered now.
And you always get some dropouts. I think it's like tickets. When you sell tickets, there's always people who buy loads of tickets and then you see them on sale because something else has turned up, or they've got a family wedding, or, these things happen.
But I think we still ended up with about 33, didn't we?
Well, the dropout rate wasn't that high, really, I don't think, in comparison to what we had. So, yeah, still a difficult choice. I wouldn't have liked to have had 50. In hindsight. No,
it's the sort of thing we have to watch for next time. It's going to be...
Yeah.
We probably have to have 2 lots of heats and...
Well, I'd like to think that, you could run them in each town and they might be well attended then, sort of in each town. Who knows? We can all talk about this later.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm going to put some music on now. I've been looking at my playlist from Wellington, and I've been through and picked up a few different songs that I like off this Wellington playlist. And there's a band called they're called Human Peeb. Interesting name. And this song is called Coding, and I really quite enjoyed this. It appealed to me because I'm a website designer and it says it's about coding, so let's give this a whirl.
I see round the bend the light of emptiness. It takes a special skill, program between pleasure and pain. Stop and go, running through the brain. Sweet surrender in the home. Ooh, it's far wiser, only decider. Letting go, not hanging on. Ooh, the peace of cavern, the changing of my soul. I see around the bend, folding time until the end. Now a birthright made of inside the space, inside the hole. Now I see around the bend, folding time until the end. Now a birthright made of inside the space, inside the hole. Now
You've been listening to 92.7 ROFM, and this is the Nothing Personal show with Nikki King, and it's sponsored by Hot Yoga for You and Fuzzbox Designs Limited. Hot Yoga is down in Karapuni, and Fuzzbox Designs is a Masterton-based website design business. And in the studio this morning, I've got Vicky Pickering from, she actually works for Gibbs and Sheep, but also she is a Rotarian, and she is in charge of the Talent Wairarapa project. Good morning, Vicky.
Good morning.
Again. I'm going to keep saying good morning to you, just in case you've just tuned in, you know. So we had just to update the viewers, if you just tuned in, we had Talent Wairarapa heats at the weekend, and we're just discussing what's going to happen next and how it's going for Talent Wairarapa. So, Vicky, we've got the big grand final coming up. Is that exciting for you?
It's exciting and scary.
Yes, because it's a big venue, the event centre.
And you think, if nobody comes...
Yeah, they will come.
You have all these acts on stage and all this empty space.
So how many tickets have you got to sell?
Well, we have... we're working on 10 tables of 10 people.
Yep.
And they're $500 a table, and you get wine and nibbles. Yep. And water, of course. And then we have the normal tickets, which are $15 an adult and $5 a child. And there's about 120. Yeah. We might have a few more than that. We'll just see how it goes.
Yep. So there's not many tickets, so it would be advisable if you want to come to Talent Wairarapa to get them now.
Yep. From Event Finder?
Yes. And if you go into... Actually, I've been onto Google and I've Googled Event Finder and Talent Wairarapa, and it comes up first, so that's all you'll need to do. But if you go to talentwairarapa.co.nz, there'll be a link through there today, once we've done all the selections, and let everybody know who is going to be taking part.
Yay!
So that is the next phase, isn't it, really, the selection?
Yes, and it's a lot harder than we think.
Yeah, exactly. What's happened with the selection, just to let you know if you tuned in and you were taking part, we had 2 judges in each. We had some shifts of 2 judges. There was always 2 judges, so there was that check and balance against a high marking and low marking judge. And we've got all the sheets, and we got to put them all into a spreadsheet, which has been done. I've done that bit.
Oh, excellent.
And then we're looking at each section, so each singers and dancers and variety and instrumentalists, and picking the top people out of each section. So, and as soon as we know, we'll let them all know, eh?
Yeah.
Today.
So there'll be some really, really happy people and some not so happy people. But I hope they've enjoyed having a go.
Well, I tell you what, they shouldn't be, from my point of view as a judge and MC, they shouldn't be disappointed with what they did at all. It's just been very tough. There's only a few points between everybody. Yeah. So that shows how tough it was. Some
of them were outstanding, weren't they? I couldn't say it enough. I was so impressed.
I know, and a lot of them very young.
Yeah.
The under-14s was particularly tough. There were a lot of very talented kids out there in Wairarapa.
Yeah, well, we had, someone on the drums, someone on the violin, someone on the piano.
We had lots of harmony groups singing harmonies.
And then harmony, and then you've got dancers and,
Then singers and dancers.
Yeah.
And then people singing and playing the guitar.
Yeah.
And then people singing a cappella. And it was just amazing. It was really good. And I actually think whoever we select, there's going to be an amazing show for anybody, even if they're not connected to the kids.
Very much so. I think so.
A lot of people were coming for the hour, and even if their kids only did the first one, or they did the first one, they stayed and watched. And I think the highlight hour was probably around 3 o'clock. That was when the hall was full. Do you remember that one?
That was excellent.
Yeah, an amazing hour there. I sort of built up to 3 and then built down again from there. Yeah. But really, really cool. A bit like a festival. That's usually what happens at a festival. You sort of get your 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock sweet spot. And even though the headline band's on last, you quite often, the vibe is going a bit slower then.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people were coming from sports or going to sports and things like that and other activities. So, yeah. That's
right. It's sports season, because that's another love of yours, eh? Soccer.
Yep.
We didn't have any soccer skills there, did we? Nobody doing what do they call it? Keepy uppies.
No, there was nothing.
Nothing like that. And we didn't have any jugglers.
No.
Or unicyclists.
Or magicians.
No. Although that was quite an interesting time when we'd already made a space for the dancers, and then they were saying you're going to have to put another row out because these guys are going to do aerials. I was like, oh, okay, I don't want to get in the way here. So we moved another row of seats out for this dance troupe. We were amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a pretty interesting day all in all. So we've got also food and drink available at the event centre.
Yep, the Central Lines will be selling food out in the foyer, and we'll have wine and beer.
Yeah.
And soft drink.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Yes, yeah, so it's a full night out at the event centre. Put it in your diary.
And there'll be a raffle. We're running a raffle, and we've got it outside New World on Thursday, and on Friday outside Fresh Choice.
Yeah.
And we'll have it at the event centre.
Yeah.
$2 a ticket, 3 for $5. Great big baskets full of donated goods.
Yeah, because there's some people donated in there as well, isn't there? There's
people have been fantastic with donations, just fantastic.
Because you've got Adi McMaster gave you something, didn't she?
Yeah, headquarters, Lavish.
So you can get your hair done. Definitely get your hair done there somehow, or beauty, or...
Oh, and most important, we're going to have People's Choice.
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot about that.
So everyone who gets, as they walk in, will get a program. They'll get a leaflet in there that they can fill in their performer of choice. Yep. And we'll add those up, and there's a prize for them as well.
Okay, so if you get chosen, if you're one of the chosen ones, you can... bring as many family members along to vote for you, because this is the way it works. And if they all vote for you and you get the most votes, you will get the People's Choice Award.
Yep.
And that, and it's even though that's a different prize, that's the vote of the audience, isn't it? That's the vote of the people. So that's quite a good prize to get. It's just as important as the others.
Very much so.
I think that's how Battle of the Bands used to run for bands. They would have a certain amount of points for, like we did, scored against how they present themselves, etc. And then there'd be another load from the amount of audience you brought along to vote for you. But we've just got there's a separate category for that.
Yep, there's a separate prize.
So, what about the prizes? We've not mentioned that either. And that,
yes.
we didn't have those finalised till quite late. So here they are, this is the prizes.
Because Watermart Wairarapa have come on as our main sponsor, so we have $1,000 as the first prize for the over 14s and $500 as the second prize. And for the under 14s, we have $500 and 2 lots of $250,000.
$250,000.
You can see I'm a mortgage consultant. $250.
Yeah, but that's good for kids. What could they do with that? They do, my kids have been made up with $250.
I think so.
Exactly.
Excellent.
And $1,000 for an adult is nothing to be sniffed at either.
No, that's excellent.
Exactly.
But that what comes from having these sponsors come on board.
Yeah, and it wouldn't really be possible without people like Watermart, would it? No, because they're anything like that. I mean, in the Glastonbury Festival or any festival or anything where you're trying to get sponsors, the big sponsor is really your big helps you put that thing on.
Well, that was our biggest worry: is we needed the prizes and we needed the big sponsor.
Yeah.
And once you've got the big sponsor, everything else starts falling into places. You get the next lot of sponsors and then the donations.
Yep.
And it's just fantastic.
And now the next phase is selling the tickets.
Yes.
So you can head over to talentwairarapa.co.nz, and if you haven't seen anything from Talent Wairarapa, there are some live. There was some Facebook Live taken on Saturday, only of a few of the acts. So you can go and have a look at. I think Cyril's on there with his spoons, and AAA, which was and there was. I don't think I got any dancers because I was so engrossed in watching them that I forgot to put Facebook Live on. But there are also some other video clips that I'll release over the next few weeks onto the Facebook. So if you go to the Facebook page, you'll be able to see a selection of what is going to be coming up at Talent Wairarapa. And what an amazing thing that is. So we're part of the Wairarapa Women in Business group. So I'm just going to go over and mention some of these ladies while we take a little minute. We've got some It's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day, Vicky. Are you looking forward to that?
Of course.
And you shook your head then. That was a mixed message I got there. You went, oh yes.
Well, my kids are all grown up and married, so Mother's Day is with their family, really.
Yeah, I guess that's right. And they're spread out across the world, eh?
Yeah.
Mine always forget anyway, because I've got a house full of males.
Oh, yeah. Well, that happens, doesn't it?
Exactly. So, but, if you've got a good family, we've got some good special offers going on across women in business. Changes MediSpa. They've got... I think if you book for Mother's Day, they've got this goddess package going on, which is it's a special offer. So you can go to their website, changesmedispa.co.nz, and have a look at that and book it. Any mother would love that. Honestly, a spa day. Would you like that?
Yep, very much so. Yep.
And it's so lovely going up to Changes. Have you been there?
Yep.
Oh man, I feel like I'm royalty when I go up there. They treat you like you are a queen. Definitely. So definitely go up there, and if you like getting your eyebrows done, get all that done as well while you're up there. And Marty Girl, AD McMaster, she's running a competition. So you can go onto her Facebook page and tell Marty on the tell AD on the post what makes your mum special. So if you tell, go on Marty Girl, find the post, say what makes your mum special. And you can win a Marty Girl slather for both of you. Now, that's where I see them on Facebook. They've all got this brown chocolate mask on. Yeah, I told my kids that it was a punishment in the car last night to go turn their faces black. Oh, sorry about 80. But I suppose you could actually go, it wouldn't be so bad for a man to be slathered if you like that kind of thing either.
Men are getting into that sort of stuff more and more.
Exactly, yeah. So, go and... tag your mum and say what makes her special on AD's page on Marty Girl. And you can buy her products online at martygirl.com. I'm going to play another song now. I'm going to find something off my list. and see what we've got here. I also liked this song by Plastic Groove called Energy Blast, and this is quite a relaxing song. So I'm going to give you a little bit of this, and this is also another Wellington band. So, we've got some great local talent. I didn't find any. I've played Spank quite a lot and the Dead Zephyrs, so I've gone for the Wellington list today, even though I should have been probably doing Wairarapa talent.
Yes, very much so.
So here we go. This is Energy Blast.
Begins, I release my energy, and the pain seduces me, it's my enemy. With the red light on, I can see no way out. I will survive from my enemy. You've got to simply turn around and run away. Simply turn around and run away. As the day arrives, I'm surrounded in a sea of things that no one can describe. As the battle begins, it doesn't seem that anyone can win against these evil twins. You gotta simply turn around and run away. Simply turn around and run away. Simply turn around and run away. You gotta simply turn around and run
You're listening to 92.7 Arrow FM, and that was Plastic Groove with Energy Blast. Now, I think they're well worth looking up. They're quite a good band. They've got quite a lot of easy listening stuff, and they're from Wellington. And this is NZ Music Month, so it's good to feature. Well, I only ever feature grassroots New Zealand music on the show, so that you can be educated and learn about what's going on in the local music scene. And that ties in nicely with what we're talking about this morning, which is Talent Wairarapa. You're listening to 92.7 Arrow FM, and this is the Nothing Personal show. And it's sponsored by Hot Yoga for You and Fuzzbox Designs. And in the studio this morning, I have got Vicky Pickering, who had the idea of Talent Wairarapa, which is going on at the moment. And we've got the big final on the 19th of May. It's on the 19th of May at Carterton Event Centre at 7 o'clock. And the tickets are on Event Finder. And you can go to the talentwairarapa.co.nz website, and also you can actually catch up with what's going on Facebook, which will now be ramping up towards the final. So hello Vicky again.
Hello.
Even though you've never gone anywhere, you're back again. So we really want to sell these tickets.
Very much so.
Yeah.
We want the event centre to be full. We want to give the acts a lot of backing by having the event centre full. It's only $15 for an adult, $5 for a child.
Yep.
You know, It's not hard.
No, it's not hard.
Come
at all.
along and support all these. They're really, really talented people. They're so
Exactly.
talented. That's the big problem, trying to pick out the ones that are going through. The talent is outstanding.
Exactly. And it will be a fantastic afternoon to go to. And that was another thing that I actually, as a performer myself, I believe that, that was the thing. There was so much amazing talent. And I think I did make the point over the mic that we wouldn't know it was there but we collected them all in one room. And, we should all get out and support these live performances that happen, because these people do live performance, especially like the Geraldine Inder School of Dance. They put on shows.
Yeah.
And who else was?
Jackie Murray
and even local musicians, they get out to see the local musicians. I know Courtney, who was in the final, Naira, she actually does shows. And Hirani Tamihana, he's always on at the karaoke, so I've seen him about the place. But, get out and see these people. Manaho, they were up at Y-Fest. They have been out in the community doing shows. So I think people just need to get out and support things more. Do you agree?
I'd agree. And I think this is a chance for some of those people to be seen who don't get out.
Exactly.
So they will get out and people will encourage them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really nice to be able to sing at home, but it's even better still if you can sing in front of people.
Exactly. And there were some very polished performers.
Yeah, very much so.
There was a girl in that 3 o'clock hour. I think her name was Jade. She was very good as well.
Oh.
I don't know, I'm going to pick between the singers, or we are picking between the singers.
I know. The more I think about it, the harder it seems to get.
Yeah.
You think, oh, this one was good and that one was good, and then you think, after a while you think, oh, hold on, what about this one?
Yeah, I know. And I think the judges at the final are just going to... I don't envy them. I'm not doing the final, so I'm quite relieved. But, doing the final is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
It's going to be a difficult job for the judges, I think. And it's going to, the performers, I don't know how they're going to up the game. But,
they've got 2 weeks to practice, haven't they?
Exactly. It's quite funny, the singers, and I'd say to them, do you do it with a hairbrush at home? Yeah, then I'll sing with a hairbrush.
Fair enough.
I used to do that, many years ago. So buy your tickets is what we're saying. Get down to Event Finder and support this event, because we'd like it to happen again.
Yeah, and that will be it. If it turns out a success, then it's worth doing again. If it doesn't turn out a success, then it'll be put to the side and forgotten.
And that's a shame, because there were so many entries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was excellent.
Yeah. So, buy your tickets. While you're thinking about it now, go hop off.
Yeah. It'll be a good evening. You can have a glass of wine or beer or water or soft drink and something to eat.
And see these amazing people.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you'll be blown away. Anyway, getting back to Mother's Day promotions, we've got Robin. We are a member of a group called Wairarapa Women in Business, and we all help each other by networking and promoting each other's businesses. So this has been going on through Wairarapa Women in Business. And Faye's a member who helped out with the Rotary,
Yep.
So she's pretty cool. So Wairarapa Women in Business is a group for networking. If you do want to be involved in it, you just go onto Facebook and type in Wairarapa Women in Business, and you'll find the page, and you can join that, and you'll be able to network with other women who have got businesses. They all help each other. So we all help each other with problems and issues that you get in your business, but also we promote each other. So if there's a business in there and somebody wants some help, we go, that business can help you. So it's worth joining. Anyway, these are some of the offers from Wairarapa Women in Business that are going on for Mother's Day. Robin Kippen yesterday posted, on behalf of somebody who wasn't a member, Jess Bakes, and she's got some Mother's Day cupcakes that she's making, and they look very delicious. Would you like some? I'd like cupcakes. Yeah. Although not too many.
No.
I tend to get a bit.
I'm more a savoury person.
Yeah,
myself.
Me too.
More savoury.
Me too. Well, and there's also Maison in Ekatahuna. they have got an offer where if you spend over $20, you can go into the draw to win a basket of goodies to the value of $150. So that's a bit of a good competition. So Maison is in Eketahuna. They've got some beautiful interior design and home furnishings there. And very well worth the visit up to Eketahuna, which is about half an hour up the line. So, and if you go to their Facebook page and share the post where they've got this promotion, you can go into the draw to win a $50 voucher. So they've got a double whammy there. So that's very well worth your time to pop over to that and win. So that's pretty cool, eh? There's quite a lot of offers going on. And I've got some also some events coming up that I'm going to mention. Oh, Lavender Magic as well. She came to our first Friday group, on Friday, so. And she's also got a if you order online a lavender product, you get free gift wrap. So who hates wrapping? I don't like wrapping. I used to love it.
Not me.
I used to love it when your kids are small and. Before when you're a kid, you like wrapping, and then you get a lot of kids, and you have to wrap all the things at Christmas. And I think that's what's done me. You know, that amount of wrapping that you do at Christmas.
I just get tied up in sellotape. I'm one of those people. You have to have a proper sellotape dispenser, and then you might have a chance.
Yeah, no, true.
I get in a real mess with sellotape.
True, yeah, true. The thing for me was I used to love it. I used to really love wrapping, and then all of a sudden I got 3 kids, and there was immense amounts of wrapping, and I got over it, really. Yeah. It just got too much. So you can get everything wrapped at Lavender Magic.
I've gone off the subject.
Yes, you can get it wrapped up if you don't like it. So you buy your mum some. Lavender's always a nice thing to buy. It's a pretty nice scent, and although some people might not like it, but I do.
Most people do.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And I think she's in Norfolk Road, eh? That's not what she said?
I think so.
Yeah. So also, Women in Business, we do a meet-up on the first Friday of the month at Clareville Bakery, and it's a breakfast meeting, so it runs from 8:30 till 9:30, and you can come along and network with other like-minded women. You don't have to be a member of the Facebook group, but it helps. We just chat about things that are going on in our business, because sometimes it can get pretty isolated on your own in working by yourself. Not everybody works in an office, and it's quite good to get out and just have a mental health break with some other like-minded women. What do you think? Do you enjoy it, Vicky?
And I think, somebody brings up a problem they've got, and it's normally, quite frequently, it's a problem you've had or you're actually suffering at the same time, and you get all the different, because you tend to attack a problem the same way all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody else says, why don't you think about this? And you go, right, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because we had 2 new members this week to the First Friday Club, and then the kind of problems we're looking at is we had a member who was looking at appealing to a different market, and she wanted to know how she might be able to do that. And there's 10 women around the table who've got different businesses with different ideas, and throw those ideas just out there.
Yeah.
And, you might come back inspired, uplifted. There's been times when a few people have been sad and they've been raised up by the group, and, it's just a really good support network. Okay, and we've got, so in the area as well, I'm going back to my NZ Music Month. Pencaro, I've got the Dawn Simulation, not stimulation, gig, EP release. They're doing a tour. They're playing at the Lake House on the 12th of May at 7:30. Now, Pencaro are amazing. Prog rock, local group with Tony Tenhove in it. So get along and support them if you can. And it was great this week for us to be back out, Spank, with our new guitarist. We played at the Tin Hut on Wednesday night, and I think that's a regular monthly gig. So if you can get out and support that gig, that's all local bands playing local music. And it's really important to get out and support that stuff, because otherwise we end up with no bands, no local scene, no venues, and that's really disheartening. So make sure you get out and support local musicians. You came along, didn't you?
Yeah, an excellent night out.
Thank you.
A lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
And my husband, Peter King, met the other Peter King.
Oh.
The balloonist Peter King, and now Pete's a member of this exclusive Pete's Club. You give him a card and everything.
Oh, excellent.
So it's like, I never knew about the Pete's Club till then. So anyway, there you go. Peter King met Peter King. The world didn't implode.
But it was a good night. The music was different.
It
with
was.
each group that came on, or each act that came on.
It was, and perhaps we should try and get them in Talent Wairarapa next year, some of them.
Yeah.
Mind you, we'd lose Stefan as a drudge then.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't do that, really.
No, we don't want to lose him.
But get out and support the Tin Hut. Other news at the moment, Freedom Kids, which is the lovely Rachel Hanson. She has this business called Freedom Kids, who do gender-neutral clothing. And she has been nominated onto the Register's retail hot list. So if you go over to Freedom Kids, there's a post about that and a link to the competition, and you can actually give her a vote. So she's up against a lot of big businesses, a lot of big retailers, but I really think it's worth getting across there and supporting local business. She's got a fantastic idea, fantastic morals. It's all ethically made clothing. Nobody's exploited, and it's all gender neutral. So you can go across, give her a vote, and I'm sure she'd be appreciative of that. And a like on her Facebook page, Freedom Kids. And you could just search that on Facebook. And Clerville Nursery had a big write-up by Go Carterton this week as well, so that was a bit of news for them. And I've been on a course with Louie Portman, and she's lovely. So supporting again, going down to Clerville Nursery and supporting them is a good thing to do. We've also got 3 Mile, which is another new concept. That's a co-working space. And 3 Mile they've got a co-working space down in Carterton. And they've just, even though you can go over and rent a desk for a month or a day, or you can go in and do a day, or you can do 3 days. It's all on their website, 3 Mile. I think it's .co.nz. And you can go and have a look at renting a desk. But they've got this new product where you can actually just go for the networking. And you can just go and be part of the networking and any kind of business courses that they have running there. So if you go to their website and have a look at that and sign up for it, if that's the kind of thing you're into. And on the 9th of May, they've got an event happening, and it's titled In Search of Streamlined Business, and there's a lady speaking there called Natalie Sisson, and she's a best-selling author of The Suitcase Entrepreneur. And I think it's free for members of 3 Mile, or it's a $10 koha if you just want to turn up. But I would book your place, because it's not a very big place. So I'd book your place if you really want to go and see this lady speak. I think she's done TEDx and a number of other things. So she's very well known and reputable. So that's what we've got going on in the Women in Business arena. And the lovely Marie Claire, that was her concept of co-working, which is a really neat one. It'd be great if they were spread all across the Wairarapa, and I'm sure that might happen eventually. So, Vicky, what are we telling everybody? What we're telling everybody that they should buy tickets?
Yes.
They should buy a table if they really want to see at the front with the best position.
The best tables, $500.
Right, now you'd have to order those separately from the tickets on the website.
You have to order those through me.
Yes, so how would they get in touch with you for those?
027 230 6091 or vicky@toconvey.co.nz.
So if you're wanting a corporate table, I would definitely get in touch with Vicky. How many are left?
I think there's 4.
There's only 4 left. So if you want to order a table, I'd definitely get in touch now. They will go. The minute that everybody knows who's going to be in the final, I'm sure that they will go. Yep. So if you want a corporate table, definitely get in touch, and it's definitely worth the while. Having been a judge, I know that the standard of this competition is high. So, and also, like, coming back to Talent Wairarapa, why do you think there is so much talent in the Wairarapa?
I have no idea. And I don't have any idea. And I don't know where it's coming from. A lot of them look like they've always lived here.
Yeah, they do. It's not like incomers.
It's not that they've all turned up here all of a sudden.
No.
So they've always been here. I don't think we've known enough about them. And a lot of these young ones, you know, if we can do something now, like with Talent Wairarapa, and then move on from that, they will get recognised and go further.
Yeah, I think so, because people were talking about the level. Wairarapa has got a disproportionate amount of talent for its population. You know, it's got a lot of talent.
I know. Yeah.
And it's sort of what happened when we had King Street Live, because that was the thing with King Street Live. The amount of people that came out of the woodwork when we had a venue was amazing. There was people everywhere, and then it's all gone back underground again. You can't find it anymore.
Yeah, but where do they go if they don't go to King Street Live?
Well,
where do they go if they don't go to Talent Wairarapa?
Yeah, they hibernate somewhere, I think. And I think that's why we need to really have things like Talent Wairarapa and a venue where we can nurture. It's not just about putting on shows, it's about nurturing that talent so that they can use it later on in life. It's not just about putting shows on, it's about nurturing what's inside. That is a talent, that is a skill.
Agree. But I think a lot of them won't go out of the area to compete or do something like that because they're not confident enough.
No.
But once they do something like this...
That's right.
That might just help them do the next step, and that's
right.
really, really important.
I mean, that's the thing. You know, I think when we lost Sheldon, our guitarist, my band Spank, we couldn't find a guitarist. But if we'd had King Street, I think there'd have been more people gigging and more people with guitars out there and more people talking to each other. And it's like anything when you provide it. It's like we've got all these wonderful art spaces and suddenly we've got heaps and heaps and heaps of artists.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, if you don't provide that space, then they don't come.
I know. You know. It's an incredible area, like you say, with the artists.
Exactly.
You know, everyone paints or draws or, you know, I can't do any of these things. Okay, I don't paint.
I know, but if it wasn't for people like yourself who come up with these ideas, because, you know, you obviously put your idea out there and waited for the reaction.
Did really?
So what would you say to other people who have ideas like that?
I think you've got to get out there and have a go.
Exactly.
I mean, many years ago, I was coaching football in Petone, and I thought we should have a women's team. Then I found there were a couple of other women's teams, so I had to go along to this committee, and we started Petone Women's Team. Now look at it. Women's football is way up there.
Yeah, and it just takes one person with one... A lot of people sit there, I find, and they have these ideas and they sit on them and they think, oh, I don't want to be the person to put it out there. Because Wairarapa Women in Business was like that.
But I think you're scared of failure.
Yeah.
You're scared that you're the only one that's thinking like it.
Yeah, that's right. So you need to, if you've got a good idea, throw it out to the universe.
Yeah. And get a group to back you on it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, could you bring it to Rotary?
Yeah.
Could you take it to a Rotarian?
Yeah.
So there you go. No excuse. No excuse whatsoever. How would you inspire someone to just take that out there then?
Just think about it and get a few ideas. And then there's Rotary, there's Lions, there's, you know, lots of different groups you could go to and say, hey, I've got this bit of an idea, but I need some help.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like just throwing it out there into somewhere like Wairarapa Women in Business, and you might find like-minded people with a lot of talent.
Well, we've got so many women on that group that it would be really easy.
Yeah, we've got event managers, we've got social media people, we've got people who make things, people who offer services. We've got all sorts of things out there.
Yeah. So we've got donations from them for our baskets, for our prizes. Then some of them will throw things at us that what we should be doing, but everyone's spreading it around.
Exactly. And that's the power of the group, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being a guest this morning. It's been fantastic again. We've just about run out of time.
Good.
Good. You've been listening to 92.7 Arrow FM, the Nothing Personal Show with me, Nikki King. And next week we'll have a couple more guests to interview and talk about their businesses. Thank you to Hot Yoga for You for sponsoring the show, and for Fuzzbox Designs as well. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and I'll see you again next week.